Good morning. Good morning. What's up? What's going on? Good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're catching this broadcast. Man, thank you so much for joining me today. Man, what is today? Today is day one. It is New Year's Day, January 1, 2019. Man, are you excited? Man, are you filled with a new sense of, getting started at something? Or are you filled with that feeling of, new expectations like most people, feel on January 1? And it's an exciting day. It's an exciting day because I know I'm here. So if I'm here and I'm talking to you, this is an exciting day. And if you're listening, if you've caught this broadcast, it's absolutely exciting. So welcome so much. Welcome again to this Enlightenment program here on Facebook and also on YouTube. And not going to be long today. Got a few things I need to accomplish this morning, but I did want to come on and, just talk briefly about it's a new life, or is it? A lot of times when the clock strikes 12, on New Year's Day, people get really excited about the fact that, man, we made it into another year. And, you know, because it really is exciting. It's exciting to know that we've passed from one time period to another. That's exciting. Now, but the question is, did anything change from, you know, one day to the next? Did your life miraculously turn into, what you want, as soon as that clock striked, went to 12 a.m., on January 1? Was that what you needed so that you can have a new life? Wherein, you know, it's just interesting because people, me, you, whoever, we always like, man, you know what, next year's going to be better. Next year's going to be better. And there's a famous quote by Jim Rohn, and he says it like this. He says, for things to change, you've got to change. So if you want something different, if I want something different, we must, it's our duty to look at ourselves and ask ourselves, okay, what is it that I must change? I didn't have the year that I wanted to have last year in 2018. And I know that it's not going to miraculously change overnight just because I went from, 11:59 to, 12 a.m. and now I'm in the next year. That doesn't mean that things change. You have to look at the things that have to change. I've got this book that I just started reading this week. This is the book. It's called The Power of Habit. It's written by Charles Duhigg. Charles Duhigg. Let's see. The Power of Habit, written by Charles Duhigg. And so I got this book because it was recommended by some people that obviously have read it. And at the end of the day, if there's something that you want to change, if there's something about this life that you want to, that you want to have different, it's all going to be inside of a habit, and habits are things that happen automatically. Think about what a habit really is. A habit is something that you don't actually have to think about it. You don't actually have to think about how you're going to brush your teeth. You don't actually have to think about how you're going to walk down the stairs. You don't have to think about how when you go into the shower, you may, do circular, or you may do it a certain way. You don't have to think about a lot of things. And those are called habits. Now, what you have to do, if you're looking for this new life, you want to change because it's now 2019, then you've got to dig down into, okay, what were the habits that cause me not to reach my goals. That's where you got to start. You got to say, okay. And when you find that habit, okay, now I need to create a new habit. Like, okay, so what do I really want? If I have a goal that, that I want to be, more of a public speaker, right? Then I have to always speak. I have to always create new things to talk about. I made that commitment probably over a year ago. I said, I want to do public speaking, but what if I don't have any gigs? I just got to create the gigs for myself, which is practice. The first thing before you go into anything is practice. You've got to practice what it is that you want to do. Every professional athlete, all they do is practice. And the best ones practice more than everybody else. So when you're thinking about this new life that you want in 2019, it's all inside of a habit. So, if it's all inside of a habit, then what is it that we have to do? We got to change our habits. If Jim Rohn said, if things are going to change, we have to change, then I need to change a habit. You need to change a habit. So to have this new life now, it's about, you know what? Let me create a different habit. Now, here's the funny thing about habits. You probably can't change a bunch of habits all at once. That would almost be that would probably hurt your brain, like your brain don't want to do that. So you got to find something in your life that you want to do, and a lot of time a health goal is what a lot of people choose to go into in the new year. Everyone says, you know what, this year I'm going to go ahead and lose that weight. I'm going to go ahead and get into shape. I'm going to go ahead and do these things. I have health goals, right? And so one of my health goals is that I'm going to run every single day. I'm going to run every day, you know, and because, I said I was going to run every day. Now, here's what happened. I said, I made this goal before the new year was, here. My sister-in-law comes over on Sunday, 2 days ago. And she's talking, and she's talking about how she's going to run this marathon. And she says, Jay, why don't you run with me? That wasn't even a goal to run a marathon. But now it's like, oh, now I can put something in there that's going to help me to even keep going, because if I got to run 26 miles, which I've never run 26 miles, the most I've ever run is 6. So if I got to run 26 miles, and I'm running every day, then now I've got something I'm actually working towards. And I said, okay, sure. She was we talked for a few minutes, and she said, you don't have knee problems. I said, I've got one knee that bothers me, but I don't allow that to like stop me, because I realized that I just stopped claiming having any problems. I was like, I ain't got no problems. I used to have something that doctors told me about the knee, and I said, I don't have it anymore. My wife was talking to me about maybe 2 months ago, and she asked me about it. I said, I don't have that. you know, Here's why, that you want to do it. You don't want to pay attention to things that could actually hurt you. And so when she asked me to run, I said, I'm going to run. It's in March. That gives me 3 months. That gives me some time to really make sense of the fact that I'm running every day. So that's what it is. It wasn't a whole bunch of goals that I set for health. I said I would run. And as a result of that, now I've got something else to push me to go towards it. You know, it's becoming a habit to run every day. Now, it's not quite a habit, because I can easily not go this morning, because, I could be like, man, I'm tired. Every time I start, I'm like, oh, man, my body, like, oh, I don't feel like running. After about 5 minutes or so, maybe 6 or 7 minutes, then my body finally, kind of gets with it. So, this new life, you know, how? What's the how? Like, a lot of people want to know how to do something. And what do you need? What do you need to gain, new perspective or the new life that you want? And there's a text in Proverbs 2, chapter 1, Proverbs 2, verse 1, 2, 3, 4. It says, my son, listen to me and store my commandments in your heart. Turn your ear to wisdom and your heart to understanding. Call out to wisdom and plead for understanding. Search for wisdom as if you were searching for silver or hunting for a hidden treasure. So what is this saying? What do you need to do to have more understanding. You've got to search for wisdom. You want new life, you want new changes. You got to look for the wisdom, because when you look for wisdom and when you look for understanding, that's going to give you a brand new perspective on how you're going to be able to change those habits. But if you do everything the way you did them last year, then what's going to be likely? What's going to be likely is that you're probably going to get what you got last year. And I don't want to get exactly what I got last year. There were some things that I got that was great, and there were some things that I want to leave behind in 2018. So I know personally, I'm gonna read this book this week, Power of Habit. I'm also going to pay attention to the value of wisdom and why I should search for it, and why I should call out for this wisdom, because with wisdom you have understanding, you have perspective, and you have a basis for being able to do things that's greater than yourself. So, is it a new life? It should be a new life. Every single day, you should have new life. Every day. Don't let a day go past without knowing you have new life. Because if you woke up like we woke up this morning, then your life is brand new, and treat it just like that. Treat today as if, man, this is the only day I'm going to get this year, and do all that you can do today, so that if you do get it tomorrow, do all that you can do at that time, not even before. All right. So, guys, it's a new life. You're going to need some wisdom, and you're also going to need to look at those habits. So, guys, take a look at that. Check that out for yourself. If you need to go get that book, it's on Amazon, The Power of Habit, and it's written by Charles Duhigg, Duhigg. All right, guys, I look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. My name is Jay Moore, your healthy accountant. Take care.